Hey, what's up, y'all? Yes, it's time to go ahead and do my picks for this week's college football games. Uh, so anyway, so there are some games being played tonight. But I'm not gonna talk about any of those in this video. Not really any interesting games tonight. Uh, but anyway, so yes, we will move on to these Saturday games. So we'll start with these noon games. Okay, so at noon on we have number 8 Tennessee, or they're number 10 in my poll, taking on number 25 or number 22 in my poll. LSU, and Tennessee is a 2.5 point favorite. But I think LSU wins. I mean, Tennessee has been letting a lot of teams hang around. They've been in some close games. This year, so they went to overtime with Pitt. They only beat Florida by 5. And I think this is where Tennessee's luck runs out. I feel like Tennessee's offense really hasn't scored a ton of points against good defenses. So I think I've got LSU winning this one. So and then next, let's take a look at number 17 or number 15 in my poll, TCU at number 19, Kansas. Right, they're also number 19 in my poll as well. Anyway, TCU is a 6.5 point favorite, and both of these teams are undefeated, but somebody has to lose. TCU is, what are they, 4-0, and we got Kansas 5-0. But anyway, so so Kansas has been a good story, but I think this is where they where their luck runs out, and they take their first loss. Yes, I was very impressed with TCU after they put up 55 on Oklahoma. I doubt that happens again this week, but I do have TCU winning, and I think we'll also have them covering that 6.5 too. So, and then next, moving on, we've got Arkansas at number 23, Mississippi State, and Mississippi State is not ranked in my poll. So, but anyway, and they are a 9-point favorite over Arkansas. I do think this will be a good game here. I think it'll be. I think that Arkansas can keep it within those. Can keep it in the single digits. So I do think that Mississippi State wins, but I think that Arkansas will be competitive at least. But anyways, next we've got Missouri at Florida, and Florida is an 11-point favorite. I do think that Florida will win. I think that Mizzou is garbage, and that Georgia just played a bad game. But anyway, like I said, I do think that Florida is the better team, but I'm not sure if Florida can beat anyone by more than 10 besides Eastern Washington. So I do think Florida wins, but I do think Mizzou will cover. And next, we've got Oklahoma at Texas versus Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. Red River, shootout. Whatever, or whatever we're calling it now. In at the State Fair in Dallas. I guess was that like the old the the old Cotton Bowl. But anyway, and like the Texas State fair is happening that weekend right outside the stadium. So but anyway, so Texas is a 9-point favorite. And I think that I know what. I'll tell you what. Yeah. So, Oklahoma's defense is garbage. That's one thing. And then Texas might be getting back Quinn Ewers this week, or if it's Hudson Card, I think it still won't matter. I mean they are coming off a big win against West Virginia. Card looked good, so you think that Texas is going to punch them in the mouth early, and unlike last year, there won't be a comeback this time. I think Texas covers. Yes, so that's it for all the noon games. And then now let's talk about some afternoon games. We've got it's a rivalry game. We got Georgia Southern at Georgia State. And Georgia State is a 2.5-point favorite. You know what? I am gonna pick Georgia Southern with the road upset. Georgia State just does not look good this year. They only have one win, so I am going to take Southern to win. And anyway, in the next, let's do Texas Tech at Oklahoma State. Right, Oklahoma State is ranked 7th in the AP poll and 5th in my poll. So Oklahoma State is a 9.5-point favorite. I do think that but I do think that Texas Tech covers. I think they can, keep it close. So I think that this could be upset alert for Oklahoma State. Yeah, maybe they do have a letdown after a big win against Baylor. So, but anyway, so let's look at number 11 or number 13 in my poll, Utah at number 18, or number 14 in my poll, UCLA. So now this is a hard game to pick. Yes, UCLA does get Utah at home. However, there's not really a home field advantage at UCLA. I guess the only advantage for UCLA is that they don't have to travel. But I mean, it's like every week, they just can't get people to come to the games. It's always, less than half full. It's always maybe like a quarter, filled. I mean, it's really, pathetic. and then I mean, so yeah, this crowd will probably be about half and half actually. I mean, yeah, there might even be more Utah fans than UCLA fans. But anyway, so this was going to be a hard game to pick. Of course, Utah does have a loss to Florida, and then UCLA almost lost to South Alabama. So, but anyways, Utah is a 3.5-point favorite. So I've had a hard time picking this game. So you know what? I guess I'm just gonna pick Utah and the 3.5 points. Anyway, and next let's take a look at Duke at Georgia Tech, right? And let's see, Duke is a 3.5-point favorite, but you know what? I'm gonna pick Georgia Tech, yeah, because they've got some momentum after beating Pitt. So I'm gonna go with the Jackets to win outright. So. And let's see, and then next we've got North Carolina at Miami, and Miami for some reason is a 3.5-point favorite. But anyway, of course, last time Miami played, they did lose to Middle Tennessee, and their defense got torched to the tune of 45 points and 400 passing yards. So but anyway, guess what? What North Carolina is good at? Throwing the ball. So I do think that Miami's secondary is about to get exploited. So so I do think that North Carolina wins. I got them with the road upset. So anyway, yeah. So I think when I was doing my my preseason predictions, I think I did have Carolina winning this game. Plus, Miami has not beat Mac Brown since he came to UNC. So, but anyway, so we got so moving into some of our night games, we've got primetime games. We've got South Carolina at number 13 or number 17 in my poll, Kentucky. And Kentucky is a 6-point favorite. I'm going to think that this, started out that Kentucky was like an 11.5-point favorite, but that line has dropped since we, found out about Will Levis is now, questionable. I think he got banged up in the Ole Miss game. So he is a game time decision. So anyway, so I think in the off season I did pick South Carolina to beat Kentucky. I also had South Carolina going 8-4. So I really need this this win. So I think this is ripe for the taking. So I guess I will go with the Gamecocks with the upset. And then next I've got number 16 or number 12 in my poll, BYU versus Notre Dame in Las Vegas. Yeah, so the Catholics and the Mormons in Sin City. So, and then Notre Dame is a 3.5-point favorite. And so as a Catholic, I do have to go with Notre Dame and those 3.5 points. And yes, I will have more to say about that game. But anyway, so next talk about Florida State at number 14, or in my poll, number 24, North Carolina State. And NC State is a 3-point favorite. I think both of these teams are coming off of 10-point losses to Wake Forest and Clemson. So the question is, who gets beat twice? And I guess I am going to take NC State and those 3 points. So, and now, okay, now let's look at Washington State at number 6, or in my poll, number 8. Southern Cal and USC is a 13-point favorite. Now, any serious playoff contender should be able to beat Washington State by more than 13 points. So I am gonna go with USC here, and those 13 points, but to cover. Anyways, now this last game, this is a late night game. We got Oregon State at Stanford, and Stanford is a 6.5 point favorite, and I guess I am going to take the home team. I guess I'm going to take the tree with the upset. So, but anyway, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.